good morning to the honorable judges, teachers, timekeepers, and my fellow contestants. My name is Putri Alyaa and I'm currently studying at Sekolah Menengah Besar Dong. So, I've recently read a novel entitled Real Estate. This novel is a romance genre and was written by Nilam a Malaysian author. This novel was published by Imam Publication in the year of 2021. This novel format is on softcover. It contains 20 chapters, a prologue, an epilogue, a glossary, and notes and a brief background about the author. What is more interesting about this novel is it contains hadith and saying of the Prophet Muhammad PBUH on every chapter as a soft reminder for Muslim. The price of this novel is 30 ringgit to 32 ringgit, depends on which area you live in. So, I will start off my review with a quote by Rumi. Don't grieve, anything you lose comes round in another form. Now, I will tell you a bit about Amy, the main character in the story who found her love at 30 years old. She needs someone equal to become her husband. She chose to marry her own choice rather than her mom's choice. Madam Rohana always negated to her because of her late marriage. They also had a bad relationship. Madam Rohana never understands Amy and always made bad accusations towards her. To begin the story with, when Amy met with Rashid on the first chapter, her friend Hassan told her about his friend going to pay for a visit named Rashid. Amy had a certain worries and got familiar with the name she heard, but could not figure out who. Days later, both Rashid and Amy went out to plan rendezvous. This is when Amy and Rashid figured out the time when they had their first encounter a few years back. Rashid was the man who got turned down his marriage proposal by Sarah, Amy's friend who studied law at the same university as Rashid was. Days later, Amy had become closer ever since their first dinner. Rashid and Amy, along with their other friends, would meet up whenever Amy touched down in London. Rashid, he enjoyed their company while Amy started to attach Rashid, but she tried to sweep the feelings away. Weeks later, as Amy was gotten busy with solving medical cases and performing complicated surgeries, she got a phone call from her mom, Madam Rohana. Madam Rohana lectured Amy about marriage and the detriments of being single. Madam Rohana forces Amy to go on a date with Ahmad, the son of Madam Rohana's friend. The determined in Madam Rohana's voice asked Amy to get married with Ahmad just because he had money and so she could just stay at home and could not have to work. Amy's mom had a skeptical thinking on Amy's life. When Amy was offered a place in Liverpool University, Madam Rohana objected and asked Amy to just study in Malaysia and get married as soon as possible. Madam Rohana wanted to keep a close eye on Amy and have the power to seek for her potential suitors. To continue the story with, Amy's date didn't went out well, as Ahmad's not looking for a wife, but just looking for a casual thing, and it really disappoints Amy as Madam Rohana kept forces her to marry that man. 2 weeks since Amy went back to Liverpool, Rashid realized that he missed Amy terribly, and Amy, surprisingly, was constantly on his mind. She even appeared in Rashid's dream. In his dream, Rashid saw his mother holding Amy's hand and they were smiling at each other. Rashid thought that might be a good sign from God. At night, when Rashid was praying Isha in his room after he gave his salutation, he suddenly imagined Amy praying behind him as his ma'mum. Knowing that Rashid was falling in love with Amy, Rashid then decided to confess his feelings to Amy. He wanted to take Amy as his wife. Knowing that Rashid came all the way from London to Liverpool on a 5-hour train ride despite his hectic schedule, just to meet and ask Amy personally to be his wife, Amy's heart melted like snow. Eventually, Rashid got a yes as an answer from Amy. When Amy told her mom about Rashid's parents who come to their house and ask for her hand in marriage, Madam Rohana burst into flames. She didn't like Rashid, but eventually allowed Amy to get married with Rashid, as Amy threatened Madam Rohana to not marry an old woman and go home forever. Madam Rohana even did a background check on Rashid's parents, and both amazed and impressed her. She will be the top of time for the right reasons. Amy had unknowingly given her the biggest bragging rights. Life after marriage, Rashid and Amy did a long-distance relationship between Malaysia and the UK. Rashid, who had been making the trip to London, rather than make Amy come back to Malaysia because it is easier for him to take on leave from his own firm compared to Amy, who is attached to responsibilities in the hospital. Months later, Rashid had been told by the doctor that he had tumor in his head. The doctor in Malaysia wanted to perform the surgery as soon as possible. Rashid then flew to the UK to break the news to Amy. On the whole, Rashid survived the surgery and most of the tumor were out from his head. Rashid was unconscious and Amy had always been by the side of his bed waiting patiently for him to wake up. Amy then decided to break the news to her family. However, her mom's reaction was the most astonishing. Madam Rahana asked Amy to ask for a divorce because there was a possibility that Rashid will be bedridden for life. Then Amy was going to throw her life away just to take care of him. Madam Rahana said it's better to be a divorcee than a widow. Not knowing that Rashid overheard the conversations, he then made it clear to Amy it's okay to walk away from the marriage because there was a possibility that she will end up with a sick husband for the rest of her life. But a part of Rashid was afraid if Amy might agree with a divorce. Rashid knows that loving someone means to let them go if it's best for them. Thankfully, Amy rejected divorce because how can she be happy without Rashid when he is Amy's happiness? But Rashid afraid that they can have kids on their own because the radiation therapy that he was going to have can potentially affect his fertility. But Amy insisted that kids are raised for God Almighty and she believed in what Allah has written for them. Weeks later, Rashid's condition got worsened and had to be admitted in the hospital. This is where Rashid asked Hassan, both Amy and Rashid's friend, to take Amy as his wife when Rashid is no longer in this world. But Hassan insisted that it would be impossible task for him because Amy is like a sister to him. It would be impossible for him to marry Amy, and Hassan sure that Amy would not want either. So, Hassan had promised Rashid that he was going to take care of Amy no matter what status they are. 3 days after the conversation, Rashid's condition took a turn for the worse. His lungs were not responding to the medication. It was as if he had given up. But God plans is always beautiful. It had been 13 years and Amy had slowly learned to rebuild her life again. She picked up on her surgical training where she left off and completed it. She was an established surgeon and had come back to Malaysia. 13 years ago, Rashid survived the lung infections and pulled through. Rashid even continued with the radiation therapy after he became stronger and was well enough. Since then, Rashid's cancer had been in complete remission. Amy stayed with Rashid all along the way, and she never left. And as a result, God had also given them a priest's gift, the miracle of life of having 3 children when they never expected to have kids on their own. Amy was expecting their fourth child. From this novel, I learned a lesson. Sometimes it takes longer to reach one's goal and destination. Patience is of utmost importance, and life is not a race to see who gets there first. That is about endurance and living it according to the will of God. Life is also about never losing hope. If you put Allah first and foremost and take care of your relationship with Him, He will take care of the people whom you love. He will strengthen your relationship with them, and He will always choose the best love for you, the kind of love that will stay with you even in the hereafter. Hence, I really love to read this novel and will definitely recommend it to others. You can get yours now at the nearest local store in your area. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching.